BRB UK. Worse teeth, better accents.
Hello, and indeed ahoy hoy, and welcome back to BRB UK's episode 471. We're all recovering from Turkey. You're probably not as in the food stuff,
country.
not as in the
We're
country.
at war.
Yes, yeah. Wow, that went south pretty quickly. I'm just going to introduce everyone else before I say more words. It's Coleman. Say hello, Coleman.
Hi.
And Tim's the other one. Say hello, Tim.
Hello, Tim.
Well done. That top-notch reflexes there, Tim. You're like, Anyway.
That's the show now. We just make noises.
Yeah. That's generally what I am like post-Christmas. Because, of course, we are recording this after Christmas, aren't we, chaps?
Yes,
Exactly.
definitely. It's nearly New Year's.
Do you know what I like? Do you know what I like getting? I like getting a PlayStation 5 box for Christmas.
Ooh.
Because that's what my family bought me on eBay.
Is that what you asked Santa for? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Turns out I've been a bad boy this year. I just got the box.
Oh.
I like not having a red line on my head from a Christmas hat that I was wearing on a previous episode because we totally didn't record this episode straight after we recorded the last episode.
Hell no, we didn't.
Just happen to all be wearing the same clothes.
I have 7 shirts, okay? And they just go through on a set cycle.
That's what Einstein did, according to the movie The Fly.
Uh-huh. What's your excuse, Tim?
I just like this t-shirt. It's good.
Very nice.
That's a pretty good t-shirt.
That is a pretty good t-shirt, actually.
Yeah, I
Although,
like that t-shirt.
unfortunately, between Christmas and now, Coleman's soundboard appears to have been fixed,
Oh.
Yay!
which is a disappointment for us all. I think you can all agree that is
Everyone can
quite
collectively
upsetting.
hear the disappointed groan. No.
Chaps,
Yes.
as 1 year wheezes to a close,
Yes.
another one is set to begin.
Good.
And that year is 2022.
That's the future,
hopefully-
Dan. It's the future.
It is the future, and I'm hoping a future that is less characterised by hardware shortages and pesky little viruses being little buggers.
Well, I mean, as
Probably
we've
not.
got a new variant and potentially another new variant, and hardware shortages still carry on, and scalping still happens,
And then NFT
we might
things.
be heading in for another year of the same.
Hey, do you know what? I've decided viruses are like wasps. There's no discernible point to them.
What, posh families?
Yes. What?
Or the insects?
The insects. The insects. If you know the
Okay.
point of wasps, please let us know, because I don't know any.
I mean,
They're like
I
they're
don't like
just
it.
rubbish
Dicks.
bees. Bees without honey. What's the
Yeah,
point?
they are. I mean, they don't make honey.
Yeah,
Gussied up hornets.
rubbish.
Well, the hornets are a subtype of wasp.
We're pro most things and people and animals on the BRB, but wasps can just off, basically.
Down
Yeah, pretty
with
much.
wasps.
Yeah.
If there is a message that you need to take away from 2021, it's
Yeah.
wasps.
Let's unite together against wasps. As
Yep.
one people,
They're
a
twats.
collective enemy.
I'm had enough of these waspy coming over here, stinging
over
us
here,
and not even
stinging-
making honey.
Exactly. Sitting on yellow things that we then put our hands around like a banana, stinging my hand. Twats.
My brother sat on a wasp when he was a kid. He had to go
Did
to
he?
hospital.
Was it funny? Where
For
did
me,
it sting
was.
him? Where did it sting him?
Well, if he sat on it, have a guess.
Yeah, I know.
No,
There's
but
not-
is it
there's
like a
not
butt
much left
cheek,
for the
or is it
imagination.
more, or did it get to the undercarriage?
I'd assume that was meant to be the butt cheek. Hi, Colin,
Right,
if you're
okay.
listening. You're not. Don't worry. It's fine.
All right, fair enough. Anyway,
Let's talk about games, baby.
rather
New
than about
games for
wasps being
2022.
bellends.
Yeah.
So there's games to look forward to. Lorks and mercy, there are games. So
Yes.
we need to decide what the heck we're looking forward to. And I've had one of my choices vetoed.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it was
Boy.
No, it wasn't.
Boy.
It was not.
Boy.
So you all know the choice I had vetoed was God of War being released on PC, and Carl was like, "Oh no, you can't have any."
Why
ports
am I
because-"
zippy?
Mate, no, it makes him George. It's fine. Which might make me either Bungle or Jeffrey.
You can't pick PC ports. Have got
You can't piss on a port. Do you know what Timothy will say? He'll tug right on his little scrotum when he gets so upset by it.
We have rules. We have rules. Because without rules, we are nothing but beasts.
No, without rules, we're a
fine.
Conservative Party. That's it.
One of the rules for ones to watch and for best of that we use is no ports, and it's one that Dan took Tim to task on last year because he took what was it, Witcher Thronebreaker? Was that the game?
Yeah, and it came out on PC before. But see, that was out a lot of games.
But it come out 2 years prior or something, and
fine.
And Dan just tried to do the same.
If you're going to use reason,
2016.
Yeah.
If you're going to use reason, fine.
Not only that, but reason that you argued, Dan. That's good reason to argue against yourself.
That doesn't mean I'm right.
Well, doesn't mean you were wrong in the past or right in the past.
At this particular point in time, it suits me to roll with this, but. Fine.
Right.
Whatever. Fine.
Good.
I'll talk about another game in a minute.
Roll with it then,
I'll talk about another game in a minute then.
Gracefully like you are.
Jesus.
Like the good
right.
sore loser.
Dan, what's your first pick? Pick number one. Pick the first.
Well, this is a little bit of an unknown because quite how this is going to be released is not yet clear. And it might possibly be a little bit of vaporware at this point in time.
Right.
But I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say the full-on Forza Motorsport. Not the Horizon-based Mexico malarkey that we've all come to play and love, but the actual track-based racing. That sim is probably a strong way of putting it, but certainly more about the on-track racing rather than exploring a large vista. And I quite like track-based races, and I love Forza Motorsport 7. It sounds like they're really kind of retooling a lot of the engine. Forza Horizon, the previous Forza Horizon, and obviously Forza Motorsport 7 kind of used an upgraded version of the old game engines. This is a complete redo, full of ray tracing goodness, full of laser scan tracks, I'm sure, and using a bit more processing grunt to kind of get the underlying simulation that little bit closer to realism. I just really love the blend of arcade and sim that Forza brings to the table, and really excited about it.
It's a good pick, Dan. It's a strong pick. We'll give you that.
Thank you.
If
Am I
it comes
allowed
out
it?
this year.
Yes, you are.
In 2022.
Yeah,
but
right.
Yeah.
It might not.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because in your picks the year prior, we put it down as Forza Horizon 5, but your pick was a Forza of some description because...
Yeah. I'm hedging my bets.
Well, in all logic sense, there's a Forza Motorsport, a Forza Horizon, a Forza Motorsport, a Forza Horizon. That's usually how it works in these weird annualized ways. But there were rumours towards the end of the year saying it could be another Forza Horizon after a Forza Horizon, which has never happened. And it did happen. And so now we're actually getting a Forza Motorsport by the looks of it.
Yeah, it makes sense if they're rebuilding the whole engine that they'll then base the next Horizon off to bridge the gap with a Horizon that's using more pre-existing technology and just looks a bit shinier on new consoles, basically. That kind of makes sense.
What is pick the second?
And pick the second is, well, it's going to be it's going to be, what am I
It's
on
Forza
about?
Motorsport again!
Forza Motorsport, another Forza of some description. This is because you wouldn't let me have God of War, so I'm just going to say the same game 3 times in a row.
To be fair, I think you're just protesting the fact that we didn't let you pick Destiny 2 3 times, but hey.
But actually, I was going to put Destiny, because there is at least one not a Destiny 2 coming next year.
No, Dan, no.
No, because that's an expansion. That is against the rules. If it was Destiny
Against
3,
rules,
you
it's
could
not
have
expansion of the year, it's game of the year.
Fine, shut up, Tim. All right, what I'm looking forward to, and this is why I got confused, because it's got the word Horizon in it, okay? It's Horizon Forbidden West. Because I loved me Horizon Zero Dawn. I thought it was a great little kind of, nature ascendant, going kind of re-establishing humanity, kind of unpicking all the things that went before, and this looks like there's going to be more of that. I really enjoy Aloy as a character. I think she's a really interesting character to play. The storytelling team who put together Horizon, I'm sure they've got some great stuff to continue pulling forward into this game. And it just plays really great. I'm just really looking forward to see where they go next with it. The only stumbling block is that I slightly require a PS5 to play it.
Yes, that might be a problem. Hopefully you'll get one by then.
We'll source you a PS5 somehow.
The the combat in that does look like it's been like new layers built into it that you didn't really have before as well. The only thing I worry about is how difficult it might be to play. It looks cool when you're watching the gameplay demos of it and stuff. I wonder how that... Hopefully that comes across fluidly and still enjoyably as a gameplay, basically. But yeah, that's my only concern. It does look fantastic, though.
I think it's going to be the same as with... what was the previous one called? Horizon Zero Dawn. When you play Zero Dawn, if you, as me and Tim both found out, if you get really into that game and go, this game's great, and then you leave it alone for a couple of months and come back to it and go, I don't know how to play this game. It's impossible.
Everything. Yeah.
Which led me to have to restart the entire game and try again and really got into it the third time, I think that was, before completing it. And this one is exactly the same. It's going to be a case of having to pick things up early on and progressing your way through. But I'm really looking forward to those improvements. And it's really weird because I remember one of the narratives being of Horizon Zero Dawn when they were first launching that was going, this is going to go up against the latest Zelda game. It's coming up, within the same month of, I think it was with the same month or very close to it, of Breath of the Wild. And one of the things in Breath of the Wild, one of the big innovations was the whole gliding around in Breath of the Wild. And now they've added a glider to Horizon Zero Dawn. So snake eating the tail,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game too.
Yeah. Looks good.
If you didn't pick it, I would have picked it.
Hey, there we go. See, this is me and you, Coleman. We're on a level. Me and you.
We're like that. Me and you.
We're like that. We're like a thing. We're like a what's name?
So you have 2 doctorates and really know about Formula One.
And also, you need to get a PS5, Dan and Coleman. You need to get over your won't pay £70 for a game, possibly, but still.
Oh no, I think that's a perfectly acceptable hill to die on.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, if you want to get the game, then there are 2 things that you both have to get over to get the game.
Yeah, this might be the first one that I pay full price for.
Reluctantly. I'm not happy about it, but I'm going to do it. I'm still very disappointed in you.
I will buy discounted PlayStation credit, and then I will buy the game through that.
Okay.
So it won't technically be £70. It'll be about £5 less.
Fair enough.
So that's fine then.
Indeed it is. And my final entry into stuff I am looking forward to is the rather slightly grammar-breaking Forspoken.
Yeah,
I'm really intrigued by this game.
So this is the Squeenix title that looks very Final Fantasy in tone, but not in in style, but not in tone. Does that sound right? Yes.
Yeah. So the basic setup of this is you are kind of a young woman who is kind of torn from day-to-day life in New York and finds herself as an individual charged with almost kind of being the heroine of a kind of a dystopian, almost kind of quasi-medieval
Fantasyland type thing.
Fantasyland. And she's very much a reluctant hero of this. And I'm quite interested to see where they go with the story of this. But also just seeing how they go with kind of the blend of the combat, since it's quite difficult to actually get an idea of where they're going to go with this game from the footage. They're playing quite a lot of things close to their chest. With the script writers they've got on board, which includes, I believe, people like Gary Whitta, there could be a really awesome tale to tell here. And that's what I'm really excited about. I mean, it's on my list more because I want to see where it ends up. I'm not necessarily expecting it to be a game of the year, but this is something I am particularly looking forward to finding out more about.
My list as well because of the writing team behind it. It looked a bit tech demo-y maybe to start with from some of the early stuff we saw, but hearing the writing team behind it as well, I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, I'm definitely, this is on my radar basically.
It looks really, really good. And again, like you said, it did look a bit tech demo-y on the PlayStation 5 reveal trailer when they did the PlayStation 5 reveal. But I think that was just because it was that level into development. They weren't ready to show off what the story beats were. But now we see what I like that whole, it's a very 80s story to go, I am the modern day child sent back in time into the land of Dungeons and Dragons, or something similar to that. And
never-ending story.
Those stories, I like. Exactly. I'm a kid who loved. Oh, I mean, I'm an adult who loves never-ending stories, so I like those kind of scenarios. It's good picks, Dan.
So there we go. So that is Forspoken. I think we can all agree we are thoroughly looking forward to it, and it will be splendid, whatever indeed it ends up being. So there we go.
Platformer
Tim,
magic thing.
Yeah, that's what we like. Tim,
Yes.
you're looking forward to things. You always are.
Yeah, well, I can do...
What things are you looking forward to?
Two of mine fairly quickly, because we spoke about them on a recent show, and I'm just going to carry them over till next year, because they didn't come out this year. But that is Gran Turismo 7, which I'm very much looking forward to.
Woo!
I do like my racing games.
Actually, looks like it might be released.
And actually looks like it might be out this year. And yeah, hopefully one of the first racing games can really be taking advantage of the new tech a little bit more as well, possibly. So yeah, we'll see exactly how that comes out in the wash, but I'm interested in it from that perspective as well. They also seem to have grasped menu design a bit more, so we'll see how well that lands as well.
Yeah, I think that's the thing I'm hoping for most out of it, is actually for it to feel like a modern-ish game.
Yeah.
And just
be
have
nice.
a lot of the... I mean, graphically, it's always looked amazing, but like the UI and the UX has always been horrendous. Always been about 10, 15 years out of date, so I'm looking forward to them getting their act together with that.
Judging by the campaign, or the campaign video that they showed, the campaign consists mostly of menus, which I'm just looking forward to see how Tim really gets into the depths of those menus and covers them on this show. And what the excuse is for Dan to miss that show that week.
I think it's one game that really suffers from a substantial interface getting in the way of a otherwise really enjoyable, really well-crafted driving game, basically. So, yeah. And yeah, looking forward to that. I still don't know if we've got a definite release date on that. I keep on meaning to check. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it sometime in 2022.
I had this earlier.
Okay.
Sorry, give me a sec. That is the release date for Gran Turismo 7 is March the 4th, 2022.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's a good date.
Yeah, that'll be good. I'm looking forward to that. The other one that I had on my list from last year that I've carried over to this year is God of War Ragnarok, a sequel to one of my favourite games of all time. It's just a really well-crafted, really cinematically presented action game with really good crunchy combat. I'm expecting more of the same. I don't think they're going to mix up the
crunchy, rustic combat.
I don't think they're going to be mixing up the formula too much.
Deconstructed combat.
Even though it's a different director this time and things might come slightly differently, I think it's just going to be a second part of the same thing. But I'm more than happy for that, basically, because yeah, what they crafted up last time was brilliant. So looking forward to more of the same.
He's branching out to some different mythology, I ththought.
He's still in Norse, I think.
No,
he's still in Norse.
Yeah.
Still to battle with Thor and Odin.
I mean,
and stuff.
I'd assume you get a trilogy out of the Norse mythology at least, because with the whole Greek mythology, you had several games of and spin-off games and stuff of God of War. But yeah, it makes sense to have a trilogy at least of this mythology before. What do they take on next? Christianity?
Wow, that'd be a risky move, wouldn't it?
That'd be brilliant. Kratos
There's only one god
Jesus.
there, though. It's
I
less
wouldn't
interesting.
be surprised. They need one with lots of...
Egyptian.
I wonder if they're going to go...
Can't go that way.
Either Egypt... Yeah, Egypt would do, 'cause you need lots of different gods. But perhaps also...
Kratos versus Ra.
Hindu mythology
Hinduism
as well.
would be brilliant. That'd be, like Vishnu and stuff.
I'd
watch
Ganesh,
Kratos
my
beat the
friend.
crap out of a elephant god.
No, that's the thing. They're running out of gods. They're running out of a collection of
reckon
gods.
Ganesh should be
there isn't
mates.
a significant enough of people that care about them. Like, that's the good thing about both Norse mythology and Greek mythology. No one really cares.
Ganesh should be
anymore.
your boy.
Please do not offer my god a peanut. I am in the idea of at the end of this God of War trilogy, Kratos dies and we follow on with Christ, I've forgotten the kid's name. Atreus? Boy. Yeah.
Boy.
Atreus?
We follow Boy.
Atreus.
Boy.
It's Atreus, isn't it?
Atreus, yeah.
I might be mixing up God of War and Neverending Story. I'm not 100%.
It's the big fluffy dragon thing.
Big flappy dragon, lovely.
Big flappy dragon riding on rainbows. What's the next title that you are looking? What is the one to watch in 2022 for you, Tim?
The one I'm really looking forward to, which is fortunately coming out quite early in 2022, but Elden Ring. Usually open world would scare me, but I think having seen that work reasonably well with Halo Infinite and other things recently, the fact that it's basically just a open world FromSoft game, very much in the Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne kind of era. Like, I take and leave some of those games. I haven't played some of the later ones. I really like Demon Souls, and having dipped back into that recently, that's kind of whet my appetite for Elden Ring a little bit more. But having seen the early sort of portion of gameplay and stuff and people playing through that recently, that's, really set me up to be really excited for that as well. So that's one I'm really looking forward to in 2022.
Awesome, man.
Cool. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and stuff you from software for not including me in your technical beta, because I would have really liked to have tried the game to see before I buy, but hopefully there's a demo or something that comes out before the game, because technical tests and what have you they've done. Maybe we can get something along the line of that down the road. Something I am really looking forward to. So I'll pick this first one as my carryover from last year was Gotham Knights. So I was really looking forward to Gotham Knights in 2021. Unfortunately, that game has been crossed over into 2022, and I thought maybe I'll pick Gotham Knights again, but no. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is meant to be out in 2022, and the reason I picked this, because I had reservations of this, thinking, well, I'm going to pick this because that's the game that's out this year, but they're probably going to put it back to the following year. But they did do a gameplay trailer, and that doesn't usually happen when Rocksteady delay their games. Yeah. So, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, single player again, although you got 4 different characters to pick from. You got Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, King Shark, and Deadshot. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to tearing it up as either Captain Boomerang or King Shark. So, let's do this. I'm pretty sure it's single player. We reported it as single player. I'm pretty sure it's single player. I was listening to IGN UK the other day, and they said playing it with mates, so that's really confused me, but I'm thinking they might be confusing it for Gotham Knights, because that is the multiplayer game. Yeah. But yeah, this looks really, really good and funny, so I'm looking forward to fun.
From the additional gameplay stuff that we got to see at the Video Game Awards, I am extra excited for this game, and I think that helped elevate it. The footage that we saw was a reminder of, oh yeah, Rocksteady are really good at making games, and they've been making this one for a while now. Oh yes. Oh, I am really looking forward to this. So yeah, I'm really excited for that one as well. That probably would have ousted something from my list to make it onto my list had you not had it on there already, possibly. So yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah, I'm just hoping, it ties into the Arkham universe, which is another reason why I want to play it. I'm just hoping that the rumors that we heard about Rocksteady previously don't come to light as this is an actual thing, because that's a problem with all this kind of... There are a lot of studios at the moment that have a lot of problems and a lot that are coming to light, and we seem to mainly be focused on Activision, Blizzard and Ubisoft, but Rocksteady has been named out there.
And as have Bungie,
Quantic Dream, they've just shown off this amazing looking cinematic trailer for a new Star Wars game, but Quantic Dream is out there with having their name down. Yeah, that's why that didn't get on my
list as well.
Yeah, so we live in hope, but I like the Arkham series. I'm looking forward to seeing how this fits in, because this is the first game in the Arkham series to not be a Batman game, how it fits into that with the whole Brainiac and stuff, and it looks fun and colourful and light and stuff. Speaking of fun and colourful and light and stuff, less colourful but looks still fun the same. Ghostwire Tokyo is a game that initially... So this is from the creator of Resident Evil, the initial Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
And he went off and worked with Bethesda to make a new title called The Evil Within. Is that right? Evil Within, Evil Within 2?
Yes.
Which those weren't received as well because they forced borders onto the screen and stuff to make it look cinematic, and they didn't really appeal to me anyway. But Ghostwire Tokyo, they showed off a thing previously for the PlayStation 5 reveal, and I went, do you know what? this looks interesting. It's all more kind of... The thing with the Resident Evil games and Evil Within is they've gone, okay, this Japanese studio, Japanese developers making a Western type horror, be that zombies or monsters or whatever they're focusing on, the paranormal. Ghostwire Tokyo focuses more on that kind of the yokai, the Japanese horror stuff that, I really liked as in my 20s and as a teenager and stuff. So it's cool to see that treated seriously. But then the later trailers we've seen, they're not treated seriously, and it does look a bit more bombastic, exciting action kind of game. And now I'm just weird. Like, I've gone from, this looks like a game that I might be interested in, to, what have you done to this game I might be interested in? The more I think about it, yeah, I think I want to play this. And especially after, this is one of the games with Deathloop that was in the PlayStation exclusives, but is now going to be in the Xbox category after it's finished its timed exclusives. And that proved really well for Deathloop, because Deathloop was a really good game. I want to see what Ghostwire Tokyo is, because it looks bombastic, and I really wanted to get into something like that.
I'm definitely intrigued by I'm intrigued by what it's doing. Like you say, we don't exactly know what it's going for, but it looks intriguing and interesting anyway, basically. And a bit more, as you say, Japanese focused is in an interesting way, basically.
And if it's not yokais, it's children with fringes that cover their eyes and they're creepy. That's what we know about Japanese horror.
Yep.
The grunge, the ring, stuff, all basically. That stuff. Yeah, Ring and stuff.
Ring, can I just say, to this day, Ring is one of the most unsettling things I've ever watched.
Yeah, to this day. The American one does not do it justice.
Nope, the American one most certainly does not. The original one does.
Especially, the American sequel. Have you ever watched that? It's terrible. Awful.
So bad.
Anywho, I think they're rebooting Ring again. Do you know what?
What?
So... In Japan, they did The Ring, they did The Grudge,
right.
And then over in the US, they did versions of The Ring and The Grudge. But in Japan, they carried on to the point where there is a movie of Ring versus Grudge, essentially, where the boy from The Grudge and the
AVP'd
girl from The
Ring
are fighting it out. Yeah, whoever wins, we lose. It's all out there. I need to watch more Japanese films. I'm way out of balance with that. But speaking of Japanese films, one that very kind of articulates my love for old Hong Kong fighting games, and we've seen this previously with a different title from the same studio, but Sifu.
Yes,
I am very interested by this game.
Roguelike kung fu game in the similar vein to Absolver, which I really liked Absolver, where... it was this online kind of open world, but kind of planned paths and stuff. More open world in the sense of like a Dark Souls or something. There's still a set path, but it's open into a large map. Sifu, Absolver was like that, and I really liked it, where you could play online with your friends and stuff, and you had this choice of customizing your fight styles and things. Unfortunately, it didn't have much longevity. Me, Tim, and Diomed, we played it together. We beat it in a day, I think it was, or 2 days, and that was it. And they added all these improvements and stuff, but we'd finished the story, so it didn't really matter. Yeah. Sifu seems to be more story focused. I don't know if there's any online components to it, but from what I'm getting from this is the idea of kind of a roguelike, Souls-like type thing with kung fu, and each time you die, your character ages.
And you seem to get slower, but kind of better at kung fu somehow as well. It looks really intriguing. I'm really, really interested in this game, and definitely, I'm going to pick it up at some point next year as well. I think from the outside looking in, it seems like they delayed the game to expand what it is a bit more, because everyone popped to it and it seems very popular and to get a bit of buzz. So, I'm intrigued to see where it goes, but it looks really good.
It's something that Hello Games should have done. If you remember when Hello Games first announced No Man's Sky and it got put on the PlayStation stage at E3 and it was a massive buzz around it, and the soundtrack from 65 Days Later and all that kind of stuff. When it got all this huge press, they should have gone, we should delay this and build upon it to make it a huge thing that people are expecting. And that seems to be what they're doing with Sifu. To Hello Games credit, they have built on all those expansions and stuff and made it into even bigger than they promised initially. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Sifu. And this is one of the few... I don't think I've ever done this with a game before. If a game is available for pre-order, I'm that excited that I go, I have to pre-order this game and buy it. Do it a month or a week before the game comes out, before I decide and go, I bought this game way earlier, the minute it was on the PlayStation store. I went, I want this game. I know I want this game. I'm just going to buy it. And then that's it. It's out of my mind. And when it's available, it just appears on my hard drive.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm confident this is going to be a good game as long as it's not delayed for another year and it appears on my next year.
I think it'll be out this year. So, I'm fairly confident of that. But yeah.
I hope so. Yeah, it looks good.
I'm really looking forward to it. I really, really am looking forward to it. And it's nice to see that companies and studios are continuing to try some different things. I'm thrilled by this game. Looks good.
I think good picks all round, generally. That's 9 games
Tim.
to look forward to this year, even if some of them might not come out this year.
I am hopeful. I'm looking... Right, hold on. Give me a sec.
I think Sifu's the most likely one of your 3 to come out this year, Coleman. But
I think 3 of them, and I won't say what ones, but I think 3 of them out of the 9 could be delayed. But I am confident 6 out of 9 will get released this year.
Right.
6 out of 9. Ooh, yeah, that's
6 out of 9 ain't
probably
bad.
A good bet.
Meatloaf's B-side once said 6 out of 9 ain't bad.
I'm just trying... Which ones do I... Yeah, I reckon how many... I reckon... Yeah, I think we might even get 8 actually successfully released this year.
Okay. I'm just covering my bases.
I'm going for.
Like, I'm looking and I literally think there's 3 of them, like 1 pick out of each of ours could be delayed.
Well, possible. But yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully a good 2022 full of video games and good ones at that.
I mean, regardless of delays, I'm sure we'll have a good 2022 of video games because regardless of delays, we always have good video games every year. When was the last year we had no good games? You can't think of one. It didn't happen.
1974.
What year did E.T. come out?
1982.
There were still good games that year, I'm sure.
Possibly. Not many.
Possibly.
There was a bit of a crash.
There was a little bit of a crash. That'll be all right. I'm sure
Commodore platforms were fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, but you're right. I think there is exciting stuff to look forward to, no matter what happens. And, I know I said this in the previous show, but game devs, if deadlines are looking unrealistic, for the love of goodness, please delay the game.
Delay the game.
Keep everybody sane. Yeah. Everyone will still be wanting to play it. It's just they have to wait a little bit longer. Protect yourselves, look after yourselves. That's what I ask.
Gamers online are going to complain whether you delay the game or not. So just, delay the game. Yeah,
exactly.
Like Iwata said, a broken game is broken forever, but a good game loot boxes are evil, and so are microtransactions.
Every day of your life forevermore. So you don't have time to
microtransactions belong in mobile games. I believe that's what he said.
Yes. That is a direct quote, Coleman. Well done.
Exactly.
Right. We are going to go now because we've had enough of this and we need to go and sleep because we've had a lot of Christmas and there's New Year just around the corner. So, thank you everybody for tuning in once again. We will be back some point soon, probably after the New Year, but who knows?
It will be after the New Year.
It will be after the New Year.
This comes out on New Year's Eve. It will be after the New Year.
I'm reliably informed. I'm reliably informed by the powers that be. We'll speak to you in New Year. So, Happy New Year. Have a good rest of 2021, and we'll see you on the flip side in 22. So until then, all that reminds us remains. All that remains
All that remains is another baby. She's gone to the horrible.
Before they start going full Ace of Base on us, I'm just going to say, I've been Dan.
I might have been Tim.
Never go full ace of base.
Never go full ace of base.
There we go, for a space.
And seriously, thank you for listening to us this year. We really appreciate it. And until next year, dear listeners, toodle bye.
You and your ears are quite welcome for the podcasting goodness that you just heard. Why not roll on over to BigRedBarel.com for more podcasts, news, reviews, and videos from the biggest, reddest site on the internet, BigRedBarel.com.
Listeners, I'm wearing a Christmas hat as is tradition now, and my scalp is itching like mad.
Santa
Hey,
Coleman.
look, it's made with the finest polyester that China has to offer. That's why I'm not wearing a Christmas jumper, because it actually brings me out in hives.
I'm pretty sure it's made of fiberglass.